I'm now going back to the year 1943 about, when I was still living with my foster parents. When I finished the vacation time with my mother and all her different boyfriends, and then returning to Lille, it would be a big readjustment because there was such a lack of food, and they were quite poor. Everybody was poor, come to think of it, during wartime. But there's one very important thing that I had forgotten and that I finally remember, is that they had a granddaughter who lived with them. Her mother had divorced. Her father disappeared after the divorce altogether, and her mother had to work full-time. And she lived in another small town about 3 hours away, so that she would only see her daughter on weekends. So anyway, her name was Janine, and she and I lived together in one room at my foster parents' home. Now, her being the granddaughter, there's no question that at times I felt left out of things, especially when there were family matters or personal problems with her. They seemed to, unconsciously I'm sure, but it was quite natural, they would of course give her more attention than they would give me. It was quite natural. I must have resented it at sometimes, because by then I knew that the only reason I was there was because they were being paid. And as nice and warm and good as all that, it was still a business transaction as far as I was concerned. So that Janine and I did not quite get along. She was about 3-4 years older than I. And I know many times I used to resent her. She happened to be nice. There was no problem with her. It was just that I felt secondary. I played second fiddle, and I know that I must have resented it to no end. I'm sure of it. I felt very insecure anyway because of the divorce and the war and all the separations, so it must have been a very natural feeling to feel left out of things in their lives, in their personal lives.